it's not just pure, like, I guess you practice, I don't know, I'm trying to think of analogies. And that's the other thing is too, like, I think a lot of the data, I like more Kit Dale's form of ecological, because he's not so strict, and even though he won't look at techniques and stuff, but he doesn't mind getting inspiration from other people. Like, I do get the overarching point, which is that you only develop the skill, the art of doing, from going live and doing it. You learn how to do things by doing them. Just because I can repeat a move that Kamil did, I know all the details and the sequence of steps, just because I can do it against a unresisting opponent, doesn't mean that I can do it. So I understand that. But, for me to explain it to somebody else, for me to say, I do still see value in the old traditional way of doing things. So you need that person here to say, why and why not.
Yeah, exactly. Because somebody already solved this problem.
Yeah.
So why you want to solve this problem by your own, and you will lose your time.
Yes.
If somebody can tell you something.
Yes.
Somebody can guide you to this direction,
I think maybe it's just like training gets so boring over time. You just need novelty and doing anything new and different. If you've been lifting 20 reps for a long time, try 3 reps. Just change things up. Maybe change up cadence. I think sometimes it's just good to. That's why I like cross training.
Mm-hmm. I love cross training as well. I like to train in different places. Years ago, I think 10 years ago, it was impossible to go to different gym, to be honest. But since we started the camps, I've seen changes in Polish Jiu-Jitsu, because everybody cross-train right now. Everybody. We had camps in Poland for 120, 150 people from all around Europe, and they come to train together. Even from different gym, they hate each other, and they come train together. So that's good, to be honest. And I think you improve because of that.
Are there any other trends, Kamil, like the aversion towards cross-training that you've seen over time, considering you've been in Jiu-Jitsu for 15 years, for a long time?
So, to be honest, I've seen the biggest progress when I started teaching in 2014 in Germany. And then I've seen my biggest improvement when I started cross-training with the other people, because you have different reaction, you have different ideas of the fight. Every gym have different ideas. Every gym fight differently, For example, this gym is more guard gym, this gym is more for pass, So you need to find really good answer to all of that style of fighting,
Bobby, you're all over it. Yeah, you pretty much Gandhi. You train everywhere, bro. You made it.
Yeah, like I said, novelty, and I have friends everywhere, But I do also see the value of someone managing your training and doing all those things for you.
That's a good thing. To be honest, I've never had something like this. So you need to solve the problems by yourself. For example, you watch something, but you don't have head coach. For example, if you are able to come to your training and ask your coach, how should I react in this situation? It's very good for you. Yes, it's very good for you.
Do you think it's because Jiu-Jitsu is in its infancy that there's so many guys that just were self-coached, were direct coached? Like Lachlan pretty much self-coached himself. Owen and Flanagan, yourself.
I think nowadays it will change, because you see Lachlan is 38, I'm 35, and a lot of people who was coached by themselves now are becoming a coach for younger generation, So I think it will change right now.
It's probably evidence that like one of the best rooms for so long, Blue Basement, had Dana, had someone
but
coaching.
Dana, a lot of the DDS didn't cross train,
but they had a coach.
They had a coach.
They had a coach.
I guess so. You have to have that
really high level coach.
The one room with a
I don't think a lot of gyms have such a good coach, to be honest, because you have different coaches as well, but you see these coaches are also competing. So they are competing. They are 32, 35, 38. You see Galvao, for example, he was competitor,
Yes.
but in the same time he was a coach.
Yes.
Nowadays he's only a coach.
Exactly.
So he can focus more on the students, not on himself. So I think Danaher was a coach since the beginning.
Yes. Yes.
He wasn't thinking about his own achievements,
progress and-
own
yes,
progress
yes,
or something. The only thing that he was thinking was the progress of his competitors. You know,
Why is Shazinski has such a good ankle lock?
because he developed this ankle lock since he was a blue belt. For example, he drilled a lot ankle locks. Nowadays, he's one of the best in the world, and he started when he was a blue belt. So he
Wow.
tried to find some problems. He tried to solve these problems by himself, and also he do a lot of drills, and he cross training a lot.
And who was his inspiration? Like, who did he study for the trade ankle lock? What did he? It was a lot of self.
With the ankle lock, I don't think he has some kind of inspiration. Probably he studied Shinja Aoki
Yeah.
because of this shotgun ankle lock, and
So we're seeing this kind of shift.
but one of his best mentor, for example, I think is Rafa Mendes. But more with the bolo and everything. Yeah,
People say amazing things about Rafa. They say,
I heard that he still kick everyone asses in the.
I've heard people have never seen him lose.
Yeah.
Wow. Is there mythical? You have mythical figures like this in in Europe. There's people that are just amazing and no one knows them.
Sure, we have, but not like Rafa, you know.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Wow. That's something that's been bugging me, Kamil. When you use something in your game, like for me, it's been shin to shin, and you maybe have challenges with it. Like I really liked Farside K-Guard that Mateusz was teaching. Should you ever like let go of something in your game because it's not working and replace it to something else, or do you think you should keep?
No,
going
if you see and you spend too much time on one subject and you see it's not a good idea and you lose your time, you can't improve more from that subject, you need to switch.
Okay.
You need to switch because either you will stay all the time in this one subject and you will not improve the other part of the game, you know.
Did you have any examples like in your career? Anything that like say clicked, like was really easy, and anything like you found difficult, so you discarded?
I had this with leg locks, to be honest, because for first 5 years, I hate no gi. I only train in the gi.
Wow.
I hate leg locks. And one time I went for the seminar with one Polish leg locker, Zbigniew Tyszka. He was 2 or 3 times at ADCC Worlds.
Wow.
And he teach leg locks over there. And after that, it clicked.
Wow.
You know, I was a blue belt or purple. And I've seen I can submit much higher belts with leg locks, you know. So after that, I focus more on leg locks.
Wow. So
I stop completely training in a gi and do only no gi.
Wow.
When do you know to persist and to let go?
So it depends with who you train, you know. If you spar, if you train with high level and he understand the technique and he know where he can get hurt, you can apply the technique a little longer. But if you fight with your opponent who doesn't know how to react and just do spazzy move, sometimes you need to let go because you don't want to hurt your training partner, you know.
Say like you have a certain technique that you're struggling with. When should you continue doing it? Like continue persisting with the technique and like learning it, even though it's difficult, or rather like just not stop doing it, like stop doing the technique. Like say like Mateusz, he was talking about his footlock, and at blue belt, like he struggled with the grip, and sometimes people would get a couple pops, and then they would keep going. But he obviously has a world-class footlock and persisted. Like, how do you know to keep doing a technique or instead stop doing it in totality?
I think nowadays you have so many videos, so many instructionals, so many fights on YouTube that you can find a solution and answer for everything, you know. If you have a problem, if you struggle with some position, already you have an answer for that, to be honest. Yeah. So especially here, if you train with Lachlan, you can ask him, and you have really good information from here, really good feedback. So I think your coach can say to you to stop doing techniques or this technique, or to try to apply a little more pressure with this technique. So you are in a good spot, and you should just ask your coach.
Yeah, we're very lucky.
Yeah.
Very lucky.
You think this is the best place to train in Australia?
Absolutely. I'm the manager of the gym. I'm paid to say that, but I believe in that totally. Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think?
I moved here to train here.
I think it's I think it's what is the best gym for you. I think this can cater to a wide range of gyms. I think it's you could easily say it is. You know, obviously there's been other competitive gyms. There's other competitors. Like obviously we've got Levi here. He's like the top 77-kilo guy in the world.
We've produced one of the best athletes in the
Lockie's
sport.
the most accomplished Australian ever to stay in the sport, but also there's been a lot of guys qualify for 80cc recently from Sydney West, you know. Yeah, but I do think the best training absolutely around Melbourne, Sydney. I feel like the cities with the best athletes. Yeah, but in terms of accomplishments, probably those two gyms.
Okay.
For sure. I really like Melbourne because it's so accessible. Yeah, it's like you can catch a tram, like get wherever you need to go and train every day. It's close. You don't have to drive like to the west of Sydney, an hour away. Some good things, pros and cons. Yeah.
We have a lot of classes, morning classes and evening classes as well here. Or?
Yeah, 10 a.m. Pro class every day, and then the 7 p.m. Tuesday and Thursday advanced class is pretty good too. Lockie and Levi
kids program as well.
Yeah. Lots of kids. How's it working with MMA fighters? You mentioned it earlier.
Yeah. So
what's Ilya like?
Does he read books?
So he will have his fight in 28th of June probably. He have 3 opponents, and we will see which one will take a fight. But it will be a huge fight.
Oh.
So I like to work with MMA guys because you need to think about the best weapon of their opponents.
Of course.